Jenna, 11:11 with Jenna, 11:11 with Jenna in New Orleans. That's right, I'm in my padded room, and we had a great gig last night. Thank you if you were there. We had a blast. Gina and Jim and Neil and Kathy and Fat Dog were in the house, and Don was in the house. And Gretchen was there. Gretchen and her friends from Chicago. Anyway, what's up? What's up? Yes, it is 11:11. My name is Jenna. This is 11:11. I am here 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week at 11:11 a.m. and p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone. So wherever you are, it's always 11:11 somewhere. You know, it's just the way it works. And good morning, Mama Grace. It's very sunny outside. And it's Saturday morning. And I'm not sure if you remember what happens on Saturday mornings, but if you haven't been here, I haven't talked to anyone today. If you have not been here for a Saturday morning in the last 2 years, Julie, you've missed a lot of conversation with my dear friend, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Lisa. Bounce, 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 boom, 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 bounce, 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 boom, 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 bounce, 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 boom, boom, boom. Jeff Metzger, live
Well,
from
shit.
New York City. What's up, brother? Ooh.
Balcony. Can you hear me?
Balcony, I can.
Except that the Wi-Fi's not working out there. So
All buttons.
let's see. If it gets stuck, I'll walk back in.
Hi there.
Let's try it. Hi there. How's
Coast
Nola?
to coast.
Yeah.
What's?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you
I'm
might
gonna have
need.
to be
You might need to go back
Okay,
in.
I'm going back inside. All right, go out there.
Going in, folks.
Whatever. It's dark.
And you're kind of quiet, so I'm going to get my earbuds. Hold on. At least I'm going to attempt. Where's my earbuds? I don't know where they are. They're not in their spot. Oh, well. What's happening?
Just getting ready to go to brunch, lunch, and then the theater.
Brunch. Where are you going to brunch?
You know, I'm thinking about. I just looked up this thing called Gotham West Market over there on 11th and Midtown. There's looks like some cool little places there, and then we can walk over to the theater from there.
The groovy area, for sure. And what are you seeing today?
Plaza Suite with Martha Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Tell her I
Yep.
said, "What's up, SJP?"
Right.
I was watching her last night at 2:30 this morning.
What are you doing today?
Oh, I think I'm going to go to Jazz Fest and eat some food and check out some music, and then come home to the hotel and have a gig.
How was last night?
Crazy. Really fun. Really.
Was that the first one, or was Thursday the first one?
Last night was the very first with Rolf, and since we met you.
Wait a minute, let me get here. So last night was your first gig. I thought it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Or next week's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
With Will Bernard.
Or not with Rolf?
Not with Rolf. Will Bernard.
Oh, Rolf's only here for this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Just last night and tonight, or is there a third one?
Last night and tonight, and then I have Sunday off, and then I do a porch concert at Chef Jenna Mammina's house with Walter John Bankovich.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And it started out really slow, and then it kind of got a little crazy, and it ended up beautifully. It was fun. It was really great to see. Gina was there, Jim Chang, Don, and Neil, all 11-11ers, coast to coast people. So that was cool.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a big crowd down there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Good
did you
deal.
go to Jazz Fest yesterday?
I did.
Who'd you see?
Oh, I saw this really cool um, rock band from the Congo that I liked. And then I spent a lot of time dancing and hanging outside the jazz tent, or the jazz tent and the gospel tent. And um, most people I'd never heard of before. I saw these crazy girls that were, you had, I forget what they were called. I have to look. They had brooms and they were wearing pink, and that was on the Lanyap stage. And I just kind of cruised around. I go for the music, but I really go for my friends. It's a reunion of people that I have friends with from all over the place. So
So I,
probably saw about 15 people yesterday.
the normal vibe for Jazz Fest? I mean, is it just like back to normal, or is it different?
Um, the
Yeah, I get to interview you today.
the it's normal. It's pretty normal.
Good.
That's
That's
why I
good.
stayed. I walked widely, and it wasn't very crowded. It was crowded, but it wasn't as crowded as it will be, say, today or tomorrow. But
Right.
um,
Sure.
I listened to Lionel Richie as I was leaving, and another band that you'd know, but I can't remember. And then came back and got ready for the gig and did the gig, and then hung out for a little while, and then came upstairs.
So
Will
how long?
Bernard played last night at 2, and I was going to go do that, but I thought better of that.
So there's gigs. So there are people. It's like it goes all night, doesn't it?
Yeah, he started at it was a John Medeski, Will Bernard gig, and I think they started at 2, and which means they really start at 2:30 ish,
So they play till like 4. Holy,
or
is
yeah.
that it? Is there? Do they actually people start at 4 or 5? That's probably it.
I've seen it. I've walked home as the birds were singing from tips, and like after a shorty show, or yeah,
How
5,
long
6,
How long did you perform?
8, about 7:45 till about 10:30.
With a break, right? 2 sets.
But yeah, 2 long sets
Wow.
with a break and a nice cocktail called a Rosalie. And there was a woman. It's all on Facebook Live if you want to watch it.
The whole show?
Yeah,
Oh, I'll watch parts of it for sure.
yeah. There was some.
I think Jessica, I mean Sarah and Matthew would mind if I just kind of turn it on in the middle of
Just,
the.
hey, this is
The
for Jen. Just tell SJP and I are friends on Instagram. You know, I'm one of about 40,000 or something, maybe 100,000. Um, but yeah, it got a little crazy in the second set. Hey,
how many
Margaret Agritalis.
how many people does the place hold?
Hmm, it's a wide, and then there's the lobby next to it. I don't even, 80, but it's socially distanced now, so it's all spread out. It's an intimate, um, it's a boutique hotel that my friend Sean Cummings opened 20 plus years ago, and it has a big lobby and then a really beautiful bar, and we get to stay here in the hotel.
In the quarter or outside the quarter?
Right outside the quarter in the business up. So if you're on Royal Street, which
That's
is
in the
in the
quarter.
quarter, and you walk up, you cross Canal.
Yeah. Okay.
It's within. Did you ever been to Luke, the restaurant Luke, or August?
I know where it is. August is reputed as probably maybe the best restaurant in town.
Yeah, it's a John Besh restaurant. They both are Luke, August, and then he has, I think, 2 or 3 others. It's
Kevin and Chris have been to August. We
it's
haven't.
within a block of August.
Oh, so it's right there. Okay.
It's where, you know where the Sheraton is? Big
Yes.
Sheraton on Canal Street.
Sheraton. Yes, I know.
Sheraton's on the corner of Canal and Camp. Royal turns into Camp, and it's within that block.
No, exactly. Then, yeah. For
Yeah.
one of the Jazz Fests, we stayed at the Sheraton.
Uh-huh. And I'll show you here. Let's see. Let me go. Do, 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 do. We are. This is
There you go.
that.
Okay.
That's Royal Street right there.
Okay.
And
Looking
there's
towards
the
the border?
border. Yep.
You're looking at. Okay.
See the church? See the steeple?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And the walk, the river's over there to the right.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And
See,
where are you? In Manhattan.
I'm across the street from Lincoln Center.
Yay! In a hotel, Airbnb, what's going on?
It's called the Phillips Club. It's a one of these shared ownership, fractional ownership places that some friends of ours are involved in. So,
Fractional ownership.
well, it's not a timeshare. What it is, it's that these there's several. They're all over the place.
It's that they can legally do Airbnb now or something?
No. This is it's one place. They own a. You buy a fractional ownership of the place, and
Okay.
what it. So they bought a fractional ownership into a one bedroom, and it's not the same one bedroom. So they can reserve up to 2 weeks at a time.
More than once. So it's not just a timeshare. They can do that more than once a year.
They can never have more than 2 weeks at a time on the books, but they can always have up to 2 weeks at a time. So if they wanted to reserve 2 weeks,
Cool.
then as soon as it's over, then they have 2 more weeks, subject to availability. Like, for example, they tell us that like holiday time is crazy because most people will book that first.
Right.
But if you have flexibility, you can stay 40 weeks a year, possibly, depending. And just so long as they'll never allow you to put more than 2 weeks reserved.
Interesting.
So if you had 1 week reserved, then you could reserve another week at another time. But so that's how it works.
Did you get new glasses?
Yes and no.
You have a lot of glasses.
No. The answer is these are the same frames. These are different of the same frames that that I had, but the other ones, which were exactly the same, fell on the tile floor last week and broke. Thankfully, I went to Costco. This is right before I'm going to leave, and I don't have time. And thankfully, they had another of the same frames, so they just gave me those, popped the lenses in there, and I was out of there in 6 minutes.
They broke was it, when the
Fell off the
Warriors
counter.
lost, did you throw them on the ground or what?
No, it fell off a counter and landed on just perfectly on the tile floor, and it popped the piece that connects the lens to the thing, and it sheared it, which now these are only $50 frames, which was different than what happened to Lisa this week.
What? Hi, Lisa.
Lisa's glasses this week. Lisa takes Layla to the vet a couple of weeks ago, and in doing the checkup, we talked about this. They said she has this condition where her leg joint can pop out of whack. So anyway, what day was that? Tuesday? She left. It was Tuesday, I think. She takes Layla to the Greenbelt, and as I'm coming home, she calls me, says, "You want the good news, the bad news, or the worst news?" And I'm thinking, oh. So
I love the way she presents that.
She goes to the Greenbelt, and Layla pulls up lame.
Oh no!
And it appears that's exactly what happened. Was that thing popped out because it popped right back in, and she was no worse for the wear and fine. It scared us a little bit. But in any event,
Layla.
While Lisa is tending to Layla as all this is happening and freaked out, she didn't realize it, but her sunglasses, which were much more expensive than the $50 my lenses, fall on the ground, and Hobie, the big, what kind of dog is Hobie? A what? Is it a Coco Lab? Who is just this gentle giant, swoops in and chews them to bits.
No.
Chews them to bits. The glasses were just a wreck. So So we get to New
Must
York.
be a young chocolate lab.
Sophie's probably 2 or 3 now.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
They're puppies till they're about
He's
5.
just the funniest dog.
Oh God.
And anyway,
So
but
what
yeah, you leave
happened?
something on the ground and Hobie is all over it. Anyway, so and Lisa didn't realize it because she's worried about Layla. She's distracted with Layla.
Trying to watch her walk and see if she's limping.
Right. So anyway, so we come to New York, and so now these glasses, they'd gotten out of adjustments. I'm thinking, okay, there's no Costco in the city, but they're falling off my head. What are we gonna do? I said, okay, here's a good idea. Let's go in like a Lens Crafters or something, and we'll go in there. And even though they're not mine, I said, I'll tell them Lisa's looking for new frames for hers, and while she's looking, would you mind adjusting my glasses? Okay, that was the plan. So we go to the museum. We go to Whitney yesterday, see the new exhibit. We're walking past. We're done in the middle of the afternoon. We're going to go have a glass of wine and an appetizer just to pass the time. We look in this one place. Lisa says, "Look." She says, "Right next door is Warby Parker." So we go in, pull off the whole the scenario. Everything was exactly as planned, except for the fact is I didn't expect Lisa was actually going to buy another pair of frames.
Yeah, Lisa.
So she got some cool ones. She got some really cool ones, and I got my frames adjusted.
They're really nice at those Warby places.
Then we go to Pastis, for an appetizer and a glass of wine. We start talking to two women sitting next to us. Become fast friends with them. One's from LA, one's from here through Montreal. Chit chat and having drinks with the funny bartender.
Oh.
And so then that's what we did for the afternoon.
Is that your first day in the city?
No, we got here Tuesday night. We got Thursday night. You know the answer to this. That's right. You're setting me up here. Thursday night, we got checked in, went and met Kevin and Chris. No, Kevin, because Chris was working at Red Farm.
He's working at Red Farm?
No, he works at Salamaria Rossi.
Said he was working at Red Farm.
No, Chris was working, not at Red Farm. Chris was working that night, so he couldn't join us until after dinner. So 3 of us went to Red Farm.
You went to Red Farm for dinner?
We went to Red Farm for dinner, as you know.
What did you have?
There was 2 specials with soft shell crab, and Lisa loves soft shell crab. So we had the 2 soft shell crab specials. We had a octopus sauteed with some Chinese greens.
Can't do it.
I know you can't, but Kevin loved it.
Then we had. They know who people are. They recognize you.
I know. You know what? We're getting off the octopus. Yeah, it's getting kind of. Probably shouldn't.
No, they know who people. They recognize you.
Hey,
Jeff.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Hey, Jeff.
Then we had the barbecue duck thing with wide noodles, which was friggin' delicious.
I bet.
Asparagus. Then we just had asparagus and garlic sauce, and 1 order of dumplings with lamb.
Fun. Oh,
just
and so then what did you do after that?
Huh?
What did you do the next day?
I told you yesterday. We basically got up, went to the gym and swam, and we went had a quick breakfast, and then we went to down to south to the museum. Then we went to this ridiculous omakase sushi place last night.
Ooh.
So Kevin lives in a walk-up in the Upper West Side.
Kevin and I are friends now on Facebook.
I saw that. So they live in a walk-up, and literally.
What floor? I lived on a 5th floor walk in a 5th floor.
But we go up two big flights. They go up to this.
Okay.
So literally inches from the door to go to their thing is another door that you can't see behind, but right next to it, it's a little sign that has the name in Japanese. In Japanese, it's a sushi restaurant, Omakase Sushi Restaurant. That Kevin calls me recently and says, "Dad, this has got it's like the hottest sushi down." So if you look I found it on the Eatery, 32 best sushi restaurants in New York City. This was number 1.
Ooh, I want to go.
Literally, you wouldn't know it was there. It's a big brown door, and you can't see behind it. And you walk in, and it seats 8. That's all they serve. They do 3 seatings a night on the weekends, 2 seatings on Wednesday, Thursday. That's it. 8 seatings, and it is right out of Tokyo. There is no.
There are 8 spots
around a counter. 8 spots. The owner's back there serving sushi. There's probably 3 or 4 people working there. It's sparse. Behind him is just a brick wall.
Can you
There's
get me? Can you get
no
me in
pictures
there?
on the wall, and they put out it really is what I've heard described about going to something special in Tokyo. It was ridiculously. It was with sake pairings. We had like little tastes, like 9 different sakes.
Wow.
Well,
Machiko is going to be in New York for my gig, so we need to go there. Is it impossible to get into?
yeah, you can't, it's very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah,
but I can go have one piece of sushi.
You can't. It's one price. You don't. It's omakase.
Is it what, 300 a person?
No, it was 185, which is not actually that bad. There's a place in Laguna
I thought
for
it would be
250.
300.
No, but the sake prices is where they really get you. the sake is where they get you.
Well, then I
good.
have another friend that I'll go there with.
But so it really isn't. I mean, so all things considered, like I said, in Laguna Beach, and I'm sure it can't be anywhere near as good as this thing. It costs more for omakase, and they give you plenty of food. I mean, they say 19 different things. You get one piece of this, one piece of that. We were not hungry afterwards, but some of the presentations were the tempura, which looked like a little fritter with onions and just a little piece of shrimp. I mean, the subtle flavors, and the sushi. There were no sauces. I mean, it wasn't like you're dipping this stuff in sauce. He may just put a tiny little subtle something on top of it. There was one dish. What was the dish that we had? It was just with this homemade wasabi and just a little kosher salt, a tuna thing, and you just a light little, and you'd rub it in the wasabi and rub it in the salt, and you just get the flavor of the fish.
So just watching him create it is the.
Yeah, well, and you're understanding about every 4th word of English they speak. I mean, so you're trying to.
We were having them spell stuff and still.
And the guy, the server, was trying to explain all the sake to us. Every sake was from some different region in Japan, and so he had been here. Yeah, so everybody was very nice there. It was really, as if you saw that documentary, Hero does whatever that thing. Hero.
It's 11:34.
We have to go.
I gotta go.
Anyway, it was really an experience, a once in a lifetime experience. Yeah, it was like nothing else. It was.
You got to go. Where are you going today? How are you celebrating your anniversary? Happy anniversary, you two.
So here's the quick and dirty. We're going to lunch or brunch now, then the show. Come home and relax. Then we're going to go down south to Tribeca tonight.
Ooh.
To, if not our favorite, one of our favorites, maybe our favorite restaurant in the city that we haven't been to for a few years, called Mark. It's one of our favorites in the city, called Mark Forgione. It's really have you been there?
I've been by it. I know exactly where you're at.
I tell people it is the quintessential New York City vibe when you're in there. It's just cool. And then 5-minute walk away is our favorite wine bar called Terrar. You can look that one up, that's a longer story about how we ever found that one. But they literally have hundreds of wines by the glass. But they have, of course, thousands by the bottles, but they literally have a book, this thick of just wines by the glass.
How fun for you two.
So we're going to have a quick glass of wine there and then go to dinner, and that's what we're going to do.
Have a blast.
Thank you.
Thanks for making the time. And
I'll be here.
Jerry
I plan on being here for my 78th wedding anniversary too. So 39.
Yeah, you will. Happy anniversary. Have a great time. Stay
And
safe.
you too. Have a good show.
And just keep telling everybody about Jazz at Lincoln Center.
Yep. Spread the word.
Thank you. Bye, Lisa.
Okay. Jenna says bye. You guys have a good day. Have a good show. Have fun at this festival.
Let's go. One more Saturday morning. Woo! Happy New York. I'm in where am I? I'm in New Orleans. Thank you. Okay, kids. Hey, Claudia. I'm going to go to Jazz Fest. So somebody give me a letter, please. Anybody? A letter? Give me a letter, please. Dan, you want to give me a letter? Sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but the lighting just got really, I'm just illuminated. Mama Grace? J for Julie Luce and Jeff Metzger too. A J for happiness and Jazz Fest too. OD for you. Dear Mama Grace, I love your face and every part of your heart, and I say happy day to all of you. Lucia Leano, I'm missing you too. Oh, have a safe, what do I sing? I can't. Have a safe time out there. If you're at Just Fast, let's have a rhyme together. So stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice. And everybody come back once or twice. Mindy will be back tonight at 11:11 your time. No, I don't think so. Let me think what time. 8 o'clock here in New Orleans means I think 10 to you. We will be in Loa Bar. How about you? So now I'll say some beautiful things. I'm trying to balance my ah. You're going to Dinky? I can't even sing. You're going to Dinky? She's driving to Dinky today. Oh my goodness, definitely far away. So everybody have a jazz fest kind of mind, and everybody have joyous words on time, and everybody have a jazz fest kind of heart. Boom, 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 boom. Love heart, everybody. See you tonight. Real.